Welcome to the episode 3 of Meta Podcast, where we talk about things that does really matter and does not matter. Today we'll be talking about Aristotle Metaphysics. So we'll be using this book for references, Aristotle Metaphysics. You can find it on Amazon. Pretty nice book. For amateur people, they can start with Aristotle Metaphysics. So I'll be talking about the concepts of the metaphysics, the basic concepts. So even before launching into the so-called metaphysics, let's talk about what is experience. So experience is to identify things or how to do it, often more effective in practical matters. And then you have the art and science. Art and science are like knowledge of universes. It has knowledge more than experiences does, so it can teach others because it is it knows the cause and the wherefore. And also so-called the art and science, every certain discipline, they use certain guide principles and guidelines to teach, so that they know what are the effect of the causes. Three terms that we need to know even before launching into the so-called the metaphysics is the categories, which is univocal, equivocal, and the derivative terms. So what is univocal? Univocal is the name in common, the same statement of essence, like me, you, we are univocal. Even animals are univocal. And then we have equivocal. Equivocal is, the name in common, but different statement of essence. Example, like a seal. Seal is, you can find it on packages, things, and seal it's a mammal. Because, see, the name are the same, but they have different statement of essence. Then we have derivative. Derivative, in Greek, we kind of call it paranuma. So it's like name in common, but different grammatical form. So example, you can say courage, so courageous. So these are the three things that you need to keep in mind: univocal, equivocal, and derivative, which is paranuma. So next is the Aristotle principles of being, which is actuality and the so-called potentiality. People who is already joining in, you can sit in and listen to this stuff. So what is actuality and what is potentiality? So actuality is principles of intelligence, perfections, and realization. You can say it is being what it is. So-called fullness of a being. And potentiality, potential is dynamic, imperfect, incompleteness. A perfect example of actuality is God. He's omnipotent, he's the best, he's perfect, he realizes everything. So every substance that you see, even this book, they are a mixture of actuality and potentiality. Next we have the substance. What is a substance? We can say this is a substance, right? So in substance, what really is there, so-called the essence of it. And we can see this substance through our five senses, like eyes, ear, we can listen to it, we can taste it if you want to. I do not want to taste it. And that is the, substance. You can, in grammatical form, you can say what is substance is that which is neither predictable of a subject or nor, present in a subject. Example, the individual man or a horse. Even you can say that a box of cigarette is a substance. Even I'm a substance, you are a substance. And in Aristotle Metaphysics, we have substance and accidents. What is accidents? Accidents are, perceivable quantities, like the accident which may possibly either belong or not belong to any of the self-same thing. Example, the sitting position. So which may belong or not belong to one and the self-same thing. Example, the man may be sitting at one time, not sitting at another. So that's a proper example. The man may be sitting at one time or not sitting at another. So accidents are perceivable qualities. Also, you have to keep in mind that substance is broken down into form and matter. And also the substance, there are two forms of substance. We have the primary substance and we have the so-called the secondary substance. So what is primary substance? Primary substance is the thing itself, the individual object itself. That is the primary subject. In grammatical form, you would say which is neither a subject nor predicated of a subject. And then we have the secondary substance, which is the thing name, like the way the form is arranged is matter. You can say, I'll do a little prop thing, like what would be a secondary substance. So this is a primary substance and this is also primary substance. These are like both two cigarettes. This is like a 12 rupee cigarette and this is like a 16 rupee cigarette, right? So they are part of the species of cigarette, right? And also there is genera, which is higher classes of classes, which is, you see, these are the two pieces of cigarette, which is a species of cigarettes. And then we have the genera, which can be called as hookah, cigar, those would be, like the smoking, the smoking genre of classes, the higher classes. In grammatical form, you can say name and definition of a predicate can be predicated of a subject. Now we can talk about the substance and contraries. Now this is very interesting part. I love this part. Okay, so what is substance and contraries? Contraries means opposite to each other, and substance I just explained. It's the thing itself, the individual object, right? So substance and contraries. So we have substance are they never change, they never have any form of contraries. Like a substance, you never find any form of contraries. Like primary or secondary, you can't any form of contraries in there. Substance also don't admit of degrees. Like you can't admit of them with degrees. Like are they too hot? No. Like their qualities do, right? And substance remained at a unity. Like they are constant. They are a constant substance. And the same. But there is very funny thing. Let's take this cup of mug. So here we have a coffee. So this is a substance, an individual thing. But what does it have? The substance itself is constant, but it has qualities. Qualities are contrary. So it can be a hot cup of coffee, no? And you keep it for some long time, it will be a cold cup of coffee. So there is hot and cold. So what it's doing is hot is replacing or displacing cold, and cold is displacing hot. Same goes for the body. Right now I said I have an ear infection. I can say I'm diseased, but the moment I take antibiotics and I go to the doctor, I'll be healthy. So you see how the diseased is kind of replacing the healthy. So as substance, any substance, they always have qualities. Even human beings have qualities. I'll give another example. We have, when you become angry, that is a quality itself. But you don't be, you are not angry for, like a whole lifetime or, period of like 24 hours. You become then happy or normal, So the qualities, they replace themselves. So I think that will be all for today. This is our episode 3. But today we have 2 guests. They will be joining us soon.